Welcome back to the Sim Project, everybody. It's been a while, hasn't it? I think the last video I did was like 75 days ago, I think is what YouTube's telling me. I don't know. Hey, what can I say? It's, well, it's summer's over now, really. I mean, this is Labor Day long weekend. This is the end of the summer. September 1st is like Sunday, so, you know, back to school for those with kids. But yeah, summer got in the way, which kind of puts the whole Sim Project deal here behind me on hold. I haven't even done a whole lot of flying, actually. You know, like I say, it's summertime. We've been out in the boat, did a great trip up the Rideau Canal, if you know anything about Canadian waterways. And those videos are right here. Actually, I'm starting to run those out on my other channel, Adventures on Tour. I'll put a link in the description if you want to check that channel out. Other airplane-related stuff. I did get to the Quinte International Air Show, celebrating the Royal Canadian Air Force 100th anniversary at CFB Trenton. Had some nice VIP tickets for the first day on the right on the flight line, like literally like a couple hundred yards from the runway. Unfortunately, it was a rainy mess that day. It kind of looked like pictures from Woodstock. There was mud walking around. You know, we were ankle deep in mud. Our shoes, I just brought them home and sprayed them off with a garden hose, trying to rinse the mud off them. Those videos are on that channel. I'll throw a little clip here of some of the planes we did see. The next day we went. Didn't have the high-end seating. The weather started out much nicer. Got to see some real cool aerial demonstrations. And then it clouded over. The snowbirds went up right at the end. It clouded over. The ceiling lowered. And they kind of had to cut their routine short. But yeah, let's talk what's going on here. First, let me take you upstairs to the, well, what's become the 3D print room for now. And I'll show you something new I picked up. Down here on the floor next to it. This is a Creality CR10 large format 3D printer. Now, I've just got my big work light lit up on it right now, not printing anything. I do have the light module I bought to go on here. But yeah, that's a 300 by 300 by 400 bed. So I'll finally be able to start printing some of the really big items to really kick the cockpit into overdrive. The first thing is going to be a replica set of Boeing pedals based on 737 DIY Flight Sims plan. And well, like I say, it's summertime. Boat's in the water, boat's out of the water in about 3 weeks. Then I start going on some strange shifts. And actually on those strange shifts, because my days off fall on, you know, like middle of the week, I'll have like a Wednesday, Thursday off. I'll actually have the time to get a lot of this stuff done. So hopefully we get into, you know, mid-October, I should start kicking a couple more videos out and start showing you some of the stuff I'm building. I do have a little bit of an update downstairs. I'll take you back downstairs and I'll show you what I have been able to get done, you know, so far this summer. Okay, back down here, and this is the GA panel, and it's actually starting to look like a panel now. We can pull back here a little bit. Like I say, I apologize. All I got is this, my big Ryobi LED work light for down here right now. But yeah, I've put it up on some stands, or I've made some stands for it, just so I can work on it without it laying flat. As you can see, there's a hole cut there. That is where the it'll sit down over top of the honeycomb yoke. And then we've got our Garmin radio panel. Got the G1000, the G1500, and then this is a dummy replica of the G1000. As you can see, the buttons don't do anything. There's no labels on anything. That's going to be like the secondary screen off the secondary PC. I'm not sure if I'm going to put a little nav map or something on it. It might actually be too small. I mean, that's only 10-inch display. Probably just put like the vPilot interface screen over it. That way you can easily see air traffic control and text messages, things like that. And I've cut a hole here for the autopilot. I've kind of printed that autopilot panel, and it's talked about it in some of the previous videos. I've printed it 2 or 3 times. I built a prototype. There's a lot of wiring. It's not very neat, unfortunately. What I did buy, and if it works, I'll do a video on it here. I bought some project breadboard, and I'm going to try and make a circuit board for it using just like project breadboard. I think it'll make it a lot neater, a lot cleaner, and make it easier to do. And hopefully with that video, you can learn, or other people can learn that, hey, you know, here's an easier way to do it other than the way the original designer has done it. And I have reached out to the designer, seeing if he could change a few things or make a few small mods for me. And unfortunately, he's never got back to me, so that's not going to happen. Something else, and I wish I was better in like Fusion or SolidWorks or just a CAD program in general. It's kind of, I don't know how well I can show it here, but my buttons on my G1000, those ones work okay. The menu buttons seem to be okay, but the proc and the enter are stuck. And I don't know if that's because of when I've cut the MDF for the panel. Haven't quite got the hole perfect, and there's a little side loading crushing on the circuit board in there because it is really tight. These panels are designed primarily to go in a housing, and then you mount those housings together and put them up on top of your existing, like your controls and things like that. They do have them set so you can panel mount them. However, a tape measure, a jigsaw, and a pencil is really not the best way to cut out a panel to put these things in, because there's only a couple millimeters of spacing that available for mounting screws. So yeah, the idea would be you would need to design your back plane or your instrument panel in something like SolidWorks or Fusion, and then have it CNC cut so it's far more accurate. Well, like I said, I don't know CAD software very well, and I don't have a CNC router. So, a jigsaw was, and I did a pretty decent job on it. I mean, it looks pretty good. There are spots, like you say, where there's a little gap, things like that, and those buttons feel like they're pushing. But yeah, so let me spin around the backside and I'll show you what I've done back there. So I've done a little bit of work back here. As you can see, I've got on the 1500, I've got two of the boards mounted. I've got the VGA or the video driver board mounted. Got the Arduino on. Still got to move that guy down. I've got a couple little standoffs. I'm hoping there's enough room I can put it over here, or maybe move it up to the side here somewhere out of the way. The cable's long enough to go up there. The fake G1000, as you can see, stuff's still hanging off there. And on the primary G1000, I haven't touched it. I've just kind of put it in, and you can see what I'm talking about down there. Maybe let me get the light in there. You can see how tight it is right there. Not a lot of space to work with. So I'm hoping that, yeah, that's just pushing against the board and it's bending a little bit. And that's why that button's not working. And same with the radio panel. That's the Arduino controller, and it's kind of hard to see. Let me get some light up there. The Arduino was supposed to actually mount on the back side of the radio panel, but the angles didn't work with the glare shield, so I had to mount it on the glare shield. And the glare shield itself, I did some tweaking on it. And it's a better fit now. I do need to come up with some sort of vinyl wrap to stick on it, just to seal it, make it look a little better. But yeah, that's about it there. So that's going to wrap up the update there. Like I say, fingers crossed, maybe middle of October we get that finished, powered up, and actually start using it. And so hopefully by like the middle of October, there's a video to go along with that. But anyways, just like I said, quick little update. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please, thank you very much for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you next time.